regulators and bureaucrats and politicians need only look to the way the rest of the world manages raw milk regulation. We're so far behind what the rest of the world is doing, including our neighbours over there on the ditch in New Zealand, who have just recently relaxed the law and the regulation on raw milk. So now it's not only available at farm gate, it's available for home delivery and unlimited amounts.
And look, at ARM, our perspective has very much been that we are in support of a regulated, legalised raw milk industry. We believe that the community wants raw milk producers to be able to bring that beautiful, wholesome product to them, to their communities, and that's what we're committed to.
So when we're talking about the safety of it, once again, if we're looking at it, that animals that are well looked after, they're clean, they're healthy, they're happy, that's actually going to lead to a much better quality milk compared to something that's commercially manufactured that way.
Just natural raw milk that comes from high quality dairy farms, little boutique farms. We're not talking about raw milk from industrialised dairies. I think it's a really important part of the conversation, and probably one that the regulators haven't really grasped, that there is a big difference between the raw milk that's destined for human consumption versus the raw milk that's destined for pasteurisation. And those two things are very, very different. And many people, actually, it's not an option to drink pasteurised milk. Of course, there's a flourishing black market, as we predicted there would be, and as there always is. We know that prohibition doesn't work. So people will do whatever they have to do to access raw milk, because many people drink it because they need it, not just because they want it. And they drink it for therapeutic reasons. And there's lots of good evidence to show the positive impact that it can have on your health in treating a number of illnesses. I personally experienced that myself.
And the government is aware of the mounting evidence that, doctors are using it in hospitals in Germany. The Swiss are now, study after study is coming out that they're realising that they need to start, the fact that in America researchers are requesting funding to find out what it is in raw milk that stops allergies, and then so they can add it to pasteurised milk.
There was none of the allergies that we see today. We now have allergies that have increased tenfold in the last 10 years amongst our children. Everybody seems to be allergic to gluten and dairy. I wonder why. Could it be because we pasteurise it, homogenise it, skim it, trim it, rabbit shape it, put calcium in, add fish oil to it, which they do in New South Wales? Is that why we are having a problem with dairy now? Our culture and tradition tells us what to do to go back to basics. Our culture and tradition is what will tell us how to farm. We've been eating raw milk for 10,000 years.
Raw milk is safe! Hands off our milk! Raw milk is safe! Hands off our milk! Raw milk is...
The thing that concerns me more than anything is the rising black market, and also the consumers out there that actually drink the product because they need the product, not because they like the taste or they like the smell or whatever. They need the actual product.
Now, farmers make $25 to $30 per week per cow. That's profit. By processing it like this and bringing it direct to the Melbourne consumer, they can make $500 a cow. Because out in the bush, there's too much of this grey hair. We're all getting old. We can't keep doing it forever. We need young farmers who can make a living. The banks won't lend them money. They have got to find a more profitable way to farm. And going down the organic path, direct to the consumer, is the way I see the future.
Pasteurization is an 18th century solution to an 18th century problem. We can do a lot better. We have the technology, we have the know-how, we know about conditions, we know about the genome of the milk. We know about the incompatibility of pasteurized dairy products in children, because children do not have a developed digestive tract. They need the whole food of the raw milk. Breast milk is raw milk. So you need to become that fighting force that gets behind your producers, that are well organized, that have a plan, and can prove their plan works. And we offer the Raw Milk Institute to you as a proven international plan. It's got 9 producers internationally now. It's only been around 4.5 years. But it has the data. And it's associated with producers in Germany and producers in other parts of the world, in Italy, that have actually proven that over long periods of time you can produce low-risk, safe raw milk for the masses to really enjoy.
I'll say, the first is what Mark was talking about. We're behind the rest of the world. The rest of the world has actually already either taken steps or they've already had the regulations in place to ensure that raw milk can be safely provided to consumers. The fact that New Zealand has raw milk and that there's media around that at the moment, and that there's a strong discussion in New Zealand about how that raw milk can continue to be produced in a way that's safe is really great for us. The way that we can get political change is by getting our elected officials to change the rules and to tell Dairy Food Safe to shift their regulations and to start regulating the production and then the transport and sale of raw milk. So what we've produced is a research pack, which is available online, and that's got all of the best and most up-to-date research about the safety of raw milk, the way it's been regulated in other countries, including, it looks a lot to America. It's got information about the economic impact of actually opening up this new, emerging, exciting market for small-scale dairy farmers. And it's got information on the health benefits of the consumption of raw milk, the things that Mark was talking about around the impacts on children, and also the impacts on other things like eczema, not just asthma, eczema, gut issues, a whole range of issues that there's a lot of evidence about.
Also, don't forget the great science coming out of Europe. The Parsifal study, the Gabriella study, the Pasteur study, the Koala cohort, the LMU study that came out just last year, all showing that you have a dramatic reduction of asthma, allergies, eczema, ear infections, and colds with children that drink raw milk. And the tremendous gifts to mothers that drink raw milk during pregnancy.